you walk, you know, don't browse up in that motherfucker. You'd be there for 2 days.
She is being gang raped by a gaggle of silverback apes. If there are cameras rolling, everybody wins.
Everybody wins with the Big Dumb Fun Show. If you missed any portion of this episode, we're going to post the video up to the live stream. That's right. It will be in rebroadcast here all week long there. You can just go on over to BigDumbFunShow.com, or you can go to our live stream. The live stream's got it there for us. And actually, the episode I've got up right now is from last Monday.
But the reason I brought it up is because, you know, they put
He's releasing an EP. We may play a track here a little bit later on, but right now,
and then, you know, they'll put like
we've got Anson
the designer,
the Ornery.
picture.
Hi.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay.
Are you on this morning? Thanks for coming
I
out.
am on it.
You have to actually go by that. Like now, you set up an expectation that you're not going to be obnoxious. You're going to be ornery.
Oh yeah, well I think they're hand in hand. It can be, I can be pretty obnoxious. I'm sure I've been kicked out of this bar.
This bar before, yes. Did you?
But they always compliment me when I come back.
That's what matters.
So what's important is the bartender knows that you're a crock blocker.
Oh yeah.
If you're blocking some crocks,
I don't want anyone to
then
have
everyone
nice
knows that you
warm
really
food.
are ornery.
I just want all the food in that crock, and I just
Don't want anybody else to have it.
no. I mean, like sometimes it's just like fondue or you know some good chili, and then I gotta dip some chips.
I mean, if you got a crock, you got to,
I also don't want anybody that's wearing Crocs to get any girls.
That would be a completely different kind of a crock blocker.
Right?
Whoa.
I think they do it on their own.
You're the guy that steals the left shoe.
Or would they be a guy who plays football in Crocs?
That seems painful.
Yeah,
That could be a crock blocker.
but they were meant for football originally. I know that.
Were they? In some other country, maybe,
Oh yeah.
where they didn't actually have cleats
It was for aerodynamic. It's like wiffle ball for your feet.
for your feet.
Oh yeah.
I hear Crocs are very comfortable. I see people in them. I actually have a pair of shoes that look vaguely like a pair of Crocs, but they're not. They're like $20 Walmart safety shoes I had to have for work.
My first experience with Crocs was in county jail. I thought that was just what people in jail wore.
Yeah, but then they made things you could put in the holes. Remember they made like jewelry you could put in the holes, and there's like whole stores.
You could bedazzle your
You
Crocs.
could bedazzle your Crocs. So they had like little like
My sister,
Tamagotchi characters you could put in there.
she's a nurse, and she would swear by Crocs as the shoe to wear when you're on your feet for 8-12 hours a day.
They don't seem that sanitary. Because they're open.
Well,
They would be like getting away with
difference
open-toed shoes.
In prison, they probably don't give you socks and Crocs.
Yeah, socks and Crocs.
Where on the street, most people you see wearing Crocs, they're wearing a pair of socks. Now, dress socks, black, don't look so good.
Pink Crocs with Argyle socks.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. That's
Now, that's a
class right
combination.
there.
Yeah.
You drink your drinks with your pinky out if you're wearing those.
Oh, really? Here we go. I've got my pink Crocs on in my
Argyle socks.
Argyle socks. Now, Anson, interesting story as it may be, we met each other here at Harling sometime months ago.
Yes.
And we were having a conversation, and you were looking for some theater-style chairs.
I was.
Old ones, really old ones. Happened to be that the studio that we have the Big Dumb Fun Show in down at 3111 Wyandotte, the old American Ice Company building.
I had seen them while I moved art.
You had moved art through there.
Yeah, well,
And
into
seeing into there,
Yeah.
and you saw that they had like a line of 5 chairs or something.
Yes.
Of these great old sort of school theater chairs. And then so you were
The
like,
most
well, hey,
uncomfortable possible chairs.
Well,
could you possibly hook me up with these wonderful chairs? Well, I mean, who buys chairs like this?
these wonderful
Are you setting up a theater?
well, they're for just for my living room, you know. It's kind of like a bookshelf, and you got 4 seats. So if you have people over you don't want to talk to, you'd be like, well, let's just read some books.
Just sit here in one of these uncomfortable chairs.
You guys
until
are-
you leave.
You were a terrible guest.
Yeah.
You know, go read my books because I can't kick you out.
I've seen his living room. It
I've got
sucks.
5 full. You ended up in the funny thing while we were off the air, and you were telling me that you actually, because you contacted me, like we exchanged information. I talked to the people that own the ice company building. There was one of the sons actually takes things like these old chairs, like you're talking about, and other older American iconic pieces, and he puts them in a big, huge shipping container that they put one of those big, huge, like car-size super boxes that they, that you might see if you're like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Yes.
Right? And he fills it up with stuff and takes it all the way over to Taiwan and sells this stuff for like a
hotcake.
It's like $3,000 markup.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. I mean, it's like $5,000 to ship the stuff over there. And so you go, hey, could you give me some of these? You know these guys? Maybe I could get some of these chairs. And the truth be told, they're selling them like hotcakes over in Taiwan.
Way more than I would pay for them.
And so you ended up like, you went out, I said, hey, they said, try, look in the West Bottoms, because apparently there were some places that are
Craigslist.
What did you end up doing?
I found it on Craigslist, and some guy in Lee Summit, and he had torn him out of his old high school that he'd gone to like 30 years ago, and they're beat up, and like some have gum on the bottom, but they got character, and I took them home.
And it was like a row of 4.
It was a row. It was a row of 3 and then like one single one, but then I'm so handy that I figured if I took off the arm of one, I could stick them all together. They're built like that, but they're all rusted, and I had to deal with a bunch of that. But it worked.
The seat folds up and down.
It does all
and it's really uncomfortable.
They're actually pretty comfortable, surprisingly. I was gonna put like.
Are they made for children, or do they have the pad on?
Well, they're high school, so it's like.
Did they have the pad on them?
No pads. No pads. So it's nice. It warms my breath.
And you actually sit there when you just want to when you're the uncomfortable guest.
Yeah. When I don't want to deal with myself, I sit by my lonesome in my lonesome house and I read to myself. So
That's pretty nice.
It's real on.
Yeah. Now you play music as well, which I heard that, but I didn't really know.
yes, I do.
And you're an artist, obviously. That's your.
Yeah.
I checked out your Facebook page. You've done some installations. Actually, like Stretch on not quite as well.
Oh no. He's making it happen.
Yeah. Stretch was notoriously well on. That's the name of how he got his name. But now is after getting some commissions from the city. Haven't you? You've gotten a commission from the city, haven't you?
I have not. I recently showed at the Hawk and Timber. They gave me a room there, and I had a solo installation there. That's my most recent thing. Now I did do a show where I put 200 free paintings all over the city, and then asked people to send me pictures of it in their house back to me.
Like they were just free painting, people could just.
I just placed them on the street, so people would just find them on the
They'd
street.
just be sitting on the street, like you're cruising down like homes in 36.
Yeah, and people send me pictures of them hanging in their house.
It was like an art scavenger hunt?
Yeah, basically.
But
Yeah.
200 paintings that you did.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
I was waiting. It was kind of like I was waiting to hear back from grad school, which I didn't get into. And I was like, well, I need to do a project does not take a lot of mental skill or like actual skill.
So you're like, I'm just gonna do paintings.
Yeah, well, it's just paintings with 3 colors on it. It looks like the corner of a room. And then I think it took.
Was it the same painting over and over again?
Different colors, but yeah, exact same painting over and over in different colors.
But it wasn't like a print, so you weren't like knocking it off.
No, they're real paintings.
Actually painted.
And then I did it in July, but I got everything done probably
Did I hear you say something about passing on this one?
And how many photos did you get back?
I got it back, so out of 200, I think I have 40 back, but then, actually one's hanging right there in Harling. If anyone wants to come down to Harling,
They
they'll see
found
one
it
of
was
them.
happened to be on like a street like right here behind.
Well, I gotta give a shout out to my boys here in Harling, they take care of me. So I left one here for them because I knew Brian would see it. And but yeah, I've got about 40 back, but I know so a lot of I dropped them off at all the museums and all the galleries because I'm such a good promoter of myself. And I'm still waiting for another at least 20 people that I know have them
To take the photo.
To take the photo.
Did any of the museums or art galleries, did they take a photo with the painting? Like, hey, I found this painting. I'm going to hang it on my gallery.
No. See, I do art for a living, so I see them. I see those guys all the time. They're just hanging there in the gallery in their office. But they still haven't sent a picture.
You got to stop by and take a selfie with them in front of your own art.
I know.
I mean, if it takes that, I would do it.
Well, that'd be like my other project I just did, the Ha, who has one, and I did a helpie, so it was an installation, so that you had to crank something so this picture would light up so you could take a selfie in front of it, but you had to have someone help you.
How do you think of these things?
I'm bored.
Like you just have this creative mind that just goes off and goes, this would be a really good idea. I'll get my name out there at 200 street corners around Kansas City. Put one by the Nelson Atkins. They might recognize the work.
Actually, they were not happy about that.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I may or may not be in their collection, or I may or may not be in their dumpster. So.
Was it like resting up against like one of the shuttlecocks?
No, I did put one against the mirror maze, or the glass maze, but I know that they didn't know what to do with them, so.
All right, well, if you want to hang out, we'll talk for another segment here. Maybe we'll talk about your music for a change.
I'll do it.
You're going to be performing after 9 o'clock tonight. Right now, we're going to play some more great local music. This is a band known as Danger Scene with their song, Where I Want to Be.
Yeah, I realized right at the end of that, I was like, we didn't talk about music at all.
That's what I would need. I'll promote my art too.
We don't know that at all.